God who chose you.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
There was a wedding in Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. When the wine ran short, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, how does your concern affect me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servers, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars there for Jewish ceremonial washings, each holding 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus told the servers, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then Jesus told them, "Draw some out now and take it to the head waiter." So they took it. And when the head waiter tasted the water that had become wine, without knowing where it came from, although the servers who had drawn the water knew, the head waiter called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves good wine first, and then when people have drunk freely, an inferior one. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this as the beginning of his signs in Cana in Galilee, and so revealed his glory, and his disciples began to believe in him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, we praise and thank God for gathering us today as we celebrate with great joy the solemnity of Mary, Mother of Hope, the beloved patroness of our chapel. Kaya naman po, binabati ko ang bawat isa sa inyo, ganun din ang mga kasama natin sa live streaming ng misang ito ng isang masaya at mapagpalang kapistahan ng ating mahal na ina ng pag-asa. Happy Fiesta po sa inyong lahat. My dear brothers and sisters, we all know as members of our chapel community, as devotees of Our Lady, the Mother of Hope, we all know that the devotion to her as the Mother of Hope became popular because of her apparition in Pomat in France, a small town, a village in northwestern France. There, Our Lady appeared in 1871. It was at the time when France was at war, and the city of Laval and the village of Pomat were in danger of being occupied by the Prussians. And at that time, people were already desperate. They were losing hope. And Mary appeared. Mary showed herself to children. And at one moment during that apparition, a white banner appeared at the foot of Mary, and words appeared one by one at the banner. Kaya, nung panahong iyon, parang meron ng subtitle. Hindi nagsalita si Maria, pero may salitang lumabas doon sa baba niya sa isang banner, parang subtitle. At sabi ni Maria, through that subtitle, "Pray, pray my children, because God will answer in time. My son allows himself to be moved." My dear brothers and sisters, those are very powerful words. Mary in Poma assures us that her son allows himself to be moved. That is our hope. Jesus allows himself to be moved. And Mary is very certain of that because she herself experienced that, as we heard in our gospel today. Mary, Jesus, and his disciples were attending a wedding in Cana in Galilee, and the wine ran short. The celebration was about to collapse, and Mary noticed. Mary intervened. Mary did not panic. Mary approached her son and said, "They have no more wine." Now, those words of Mary were not imposing. She was not commanding Jesus. She was simply stating a fact to Jesus. Wala nang alak. And Jesus responded, "Woman, how does that concern you affect me? My hour has not yet come." Hindi ko pa pwedeng gawin yan. Hindi ko pa oras. But something stirred in the heart of Jesus. Mary's hope and trust moved her son. And so Jesus performed his very first miracle, even if it was not yet his hour. Jesus was moved because of Mary. Kaya kayang-kayang sabihin sa atin ng ating mahal na Birheng Maria, "My son allows himself to be moved." Naaantig ang puso ng aking anak. And this is because he is close. He is not distant. He is not aloof. He is near. Like what our first reading today, we are given the description of the wisdom of God, which is the very presence of God. And we are told that in our first reading, that the wisdom of God dwells with us. Hindi malayo, malapit sa atin. Kaya naman nakikita tayo at naaantig sa ating katatayuan. This is our hope. And St. Paul in our second reading today assures us, hope in God does not disappoint. Hinding-hindi tayo bibiguin ng ating pag-asa sa Panginoon. dahil ang kanyang puso ay naaantig ng ating pananampalataya, ng ating pagtitiwala, ng ating pag-asa sa Kanya, ng ating pagmamahal sa Kanya. My dear brothers and sisters, on this solemnity of our beloved patroness, Mary, Mother of Hope, we are full of hope because we are assured that Jesus always listens to His mother, and His mother always listens to us. And because of that, Jesus' heart is always moved. Naaantig ang kanyang puso. He does not only see our pains, our sufferings, and our needs. He is moved by them. He does not only listen to our prayers, He responds to them with love. Naaantig ang kanyang kalooban, kaya naman gagawa siya ng mga bagay para sa ating kabutihan. That is our hope. But you know, my dear brothers and sisters, the hope of the world is not only in Jesus who allows Himself to be moved. The hope of the world is also in people who are like Jesus, who allows themselves to be moved. Ang pag-asa ng mundo ay nasa mga taong katulad ni Jesus na ang puso ay naaantig din. Kaya magandang tingnan po natin ang ating mga puso. Naaantig pa ba ang ating mga puso? Are we moved to compassion? Are we moved to mercy? Are we moved to love? What moves you? Ano ba ang nakakaantig sa iyong puso? May mga tao na kapag nanood ng drama, pelikulang drama, naaantig kaagad ang kalooban. Nanonood lang ng drama, iyak na ng iyak. Nanonood ng pelikula, ng series, naaawa doon sa mga napapanood. Mabilis, maantig ang kalooban. Pero kapag nakakita ng naghihirap, kapag nakakita ng nangangailangan, kapag nakakakita ng mga taong nakakaawa, hindi naaantig. Now, what moves us? What moves your heart? You know, my dear brothers and sisters, probably it was last May when a picture got viral on social media of a woman coming out of a drainage hole nearby, here in Makati. Naku, yung picture na yun, kumalat talaga. Biro niyo yung babae lumalabas doon sa drainage. And this opened a whole story of people living underground. That there are people who live, who consider as their home yung mga drainage under our streets. You know, this is not really new. When I was very new as a priest, I was secretary to Cardinal Rosales. We visited a place in Pasay. Ang tawag nila doon sa lugar, tunnel. Hindi naman siya talaga tunnel, para siyang drainage. And there were people living there. Napakadilim, walang liwanag, napakabaho, at ang dami nilang nakatira doon. We walked through that passage, that drainage, And we saw the inhumane condition of many people there. So much so that while we were walking, Cardinal Rosales was weeping. At nung nasa sakyan na kami, sabi niya, paanong nabubuhay yung mga taong yun? He was so moved by their condition. Sabi niya, kahit mga aso, hindi mabubuhay doon. Pero tao ang nakatira. He was so moved. So much so that he really worked hard to have a housing project there in Pasay for these people. What moves you? You know, my dear brothers and sisters, these past few days, I am moved by a story I saw on social media about a very young priest, 35 years old, a priest in Italy who committed suicide. Well, I do not know the priest, but he is a priest and so he was a brother. I am so moved because sometimes people can be unmoved. People can even be cruel and uncharitable to priests. Naisip ko, baka yung kanyang depression ay naging bunga ng masyadong pressure na ibinibigay sa kanya at sa mga pari. You know, my dear brothers and sisters, sometimes you can be so unmoved for us priests. There are even times that you can even be so cruel to us priests. And this story opened a whole realization about the humanity, even the imperfections of priests. Minsan po kasi ang tingin nyo sa aming mga pari, dapat perfect. At nakaka-pressure. I have to be perfect. I have to look priestly all the time. I have to deliver a perfect homily all the time. But we are also human. We also get tired. There are days when we really do not know what to say. When our minds are so tired that we do not know what to say in our homilies. Pero kapag hindi maganda yung homily ng pare, asahan mo, nasa social media na yan mamaya. How many social media pages criticize and even bash priests for their mistakes, for their errors, which oftentimes were not really deliberate. Kaya naaantig po yung puso ko. Sana maantig minsan ang puso ng sambayanan para sa kanilang mga pari. My dear brothers and sisters, the hope of the world is in people like Jesus whose hearts can be moved. And the reverse is true. People who are unmoved, people who are unaffected, people who have hearts of stones, make the world more desperate and hopeless. Minsan po kasi ang tingin natin dun sa mga taong naaantig ang kalooban, mabilis maapektuhan, mabilis maawa, mabilis dumamay, ang tingin natin sa kanila mahina. Mahina ang kalooban niyan. Sino ang matibay ang kalooban? Yung walang pakiramdam, yung hindi naapektuhan, yung hindi naaawa, yung walang awa at malupit sa kapwa, yan ang malakas. Pero yung naaantig ang puso, mahinang tao yan. But my dear brothers and sisters, Mary tells us today, my son, allows herself to be moved. And so let us entrust to Mary all our concerns, all our problems, all our crosses and burdens in life. And she will tell them to Jesus. She will tell her son, you know, son, they have no more wine. And Jesus will surely be moved by the faith of those who trust. Jesus will be moved by the prayers of those who believe. Jesus will be moved by the love of those who hope in Him.